So my name is Sunni Powell. I'm presently 55 years old. If anybody ever met me or if you know somebody, they're going to say Sunni who works on movies, who works on TV shows. I was blessed to be born to a family where I'm an only child. My grandmother wasn't too broke, so I got to go to Catholic school, went to De La Salle in Chicago. That then took me to SIU in Carbondale. Went from Carbondale, I met Kwame, who's one of my best friends now. He's actually the president of the New York Film Office. Then I went to Columbia College where I met Mono. He was my partner in school, and we took film studies and television studies, and we both came out and worked primarily in music videos. My first music video was I Believe I Can Fly. My first movie was Hoodlum. We worked in film production in Chicago for over 25 years. I lived in Atlanta for 5 years. I've lived in LA for 5 years, and I've been back here for about 15. When I was there, I met a young lady named Kim Kimble. I met her on Johnson Family Vacation. Johnson Family Vacation is filmed with Steve Harvey and with Vanessa Williams. Vanessa Williams was in my first movie, Hoodlum. And so when I was on set, the first day, Vanessa comes there, a little bow wow, salon, she was a kid. We're all sitting there, and then Vanessa comes on, and she's like, "Don't I know you?" And I'm like, "Yes." Oh my God. And she goes crazy with it, and it made me look way bigger than I really was. So I was a PA on that show, that turned Kimberly on, and we became really good friends. And that took me to the next level. I was her boyfriend for 3 years. I ran her salon. I started her hair product line, and I went all over the world with her. We went to Paris, went to Africa. I was in the Four Seasons in New York constantly. She did Vanessa Williams' hair. She did Beyonce's hair. She does Serena Williams' hair. She's one of the major hairstylists in America. I ran her hair salon, which is in West Hollywood, Kim Kimble Hair Studios, and I was the manager until I messed it up, doing too much. And so I ended up being sent back to Chicago. I got sent back to Chicago, come back to Chicago, from Joliet, come back to Chicago. I took over my family's property. We've owned it since 1953. Had to go through a lot of things with my family, but I got that in my name. So it made me stay in the neighborhood. And I was like, you know what? I need a haircut one day. I go to a local barbershop here. Walk in, I sit down with my ex-wife. I sit down and nobody says a thing to me. I wait for a minute. Nobody says anything. I get up. Nobody says nothing. I walk to the door. Nobody says nothing. I walk out. I'm like, I'm going to open a barbershop. You might not feel comfortable getting a haircut over here, but a lot of people over here need services. They have to go to other neighborhoods. I was like, you know what? I'm going to make a nice, respectable barbershop in my neighborhood. And I did. Pulled money out of savings. We made it happen, me and my ex-wife. I wasn't a barber. At one point, then I became a barber. I started going to the barber college. My manager actually went to the barber college first. I didn't go. Then I went up there and helped him do something. I filled out some paperwork and I got the wheel money. So then I came after him. From there, I started building relationships. I had over 35 different barbers in my barbershop. Barbers are some of the worst people in the world, some of the best people in the world. Some barbers come to barbering to hustle so that they can sell drugs on the side. Some barbers come just so they can get out their mama's basement. So you get a lot of different types of people with different attitudes, and you have to kind of put together the best recipe by bringing them all together. You can't have a bad person because they will come and spoil the whole pot. So you have to make sure as soon as that happens, you got to get rid of them. So anyway, had a lot of ups and downs. What happens then is after 8 years, somebody comes into the barbershop and finds somebody that they're into it with, and they shoot them. They shoot everybody that's on one side of the shop. They shoot 2 people, kill 1. It's the worst thing that ever happened. I was down the street. I wasn't in the shop. What happens relatively is the city just shuts you down because they assume that you have something to do with it. I'm a master mason, Prince Hall, 32nd degree, and I'm No Star Lives #1. So I know a lot of people. So they didn't shut me down because they know that I wasn't a part of the problem in the neighborhood. I was actually part of a solution to peace in the neighborhood. So they fought to keep me open. But would you let your family come into a barbershop where there was a shooting once? No. So it took a while. So what I did is I started something called the Brotherhood of Barbers. I got all the barber colleges and all the barbers that care together, and it was over 100 of us, and we cut hair in the local park here in Alden Park. We did it for 5 years. This is the Brotherhood of Barbers, and made it a real event. I got all the best restaurants in the neighborhood and even downtown to donate food. I give all the food to the barbers. And then we had a chef, and the chef would have hot dogs, beef hot dogs, and chicken wings and potato chips and water, and we give that to the kids and the seniors. We have local entertainment. We have the mayor sometimes. We have people that are running for mayor. And we have all the barber colleges come together. This is a big thing because barbers never really get to meet each other. Barbers usually are in their barbershops and they're relatively in their neighborhoods, so it's a kind of a boundary type deal. Barbers don't just go, you don't walk into somebody else's barbershop. You don't really get a chance to meet. And most barbers don't have licenses, and most barbers do not go to barber shows or hair shows. There's a big barber competition world out here, and a lot of barbers have no idea about it. So that's how I met a lot of these barbers that I got to be in the Brotherhood of Barbers, and put me in a position of power with the barbers to be able to ask them to do things that they normally wouldn't do, which is come outside of your barbershop and come to a place and cut hair for free. And doing that, it changed the community for the better. A lot of us got to see each other in person, got to see each other cut better, to be a part of the different barber colleges. Some of the barber colleges, the instructors and the directors, they've never met each other. So it gave them a chance to see each other and talk and be person and bring us together as a bigger community. That community now is called the Chicago Barber Alliance. And COVID is the only thing that slowed us down. So during COVID goes down. I'm also affiliated with a lot of different people in Englewood. Englewood's my neighborhood, and there's something called RAGE. RAGE is Residents for Greater Englewood. RAGE is the cog in the wheel and brings a lot of different people together. I met a guy named Dion Lucas. He's an architect. I had the people from RAGE come to my shop because nobody would come and get a haircut at my shop, to try to, kind of let people know that everything was okay, and maybe they would, come and help me and get people to come into the shop. And relatively, that turned into him coming to me, telling me to fill out some paperwork for a grant, the Retail Thrive Zone grant, and then a Neighborhood Opportunity Fund. Got the Neighborhood Opportunity Fund, and it changed my life. We started something called E.G. Wood. It gave us money, gave us a lot of money. And we were able to open up a couple different businesses. One of them is Powell's Barbershop, which is now located across the street. We're 1122 West 63rd Street. We were 1139. So I'm now across the street and I own a property, and this is where we're filming now. It's an amazing place, amazing space. The idea is to franchise it. This is the first shop of its kind. It's pretty much a suite in its own, but we all are here still together in one room. All the barbers have their own keys. All the barbers can come in whenever they choose. And it's a blessing. I only have a certain style of person in here, so we're not worried about people stealing and people not keeping their clients in order and so on and so forth. So it's a place where you can come and leave your child and walk away and come back, and your child wouldn't hear anything negative, and might be better off that you left, you know what I mean, because you're going to be better control and going to get a little admonishment and so on and so forth, and a kind word. So it's a really good environment. That's relatively where I'm at now. I used to be a barber on Chicago 5 for 13 years. The chief left that show, so now I'm here more. I'm 55 years old, so going the latter parts of my life. The idea is to franchise the barbershop and to also do the Brotherhood of Barbers in different situations in different cities, along with the Chicago Barber Alliance, and have more or less like a black barbers union where we represent the barbers of Chicago. I'm barbering as an industry, and barbers used to be dentists and doctors. was like in the 1920s and 30s. It was at that same level. Now barbers are mostly known to be hustlers and like the thoughts. They say the thoughts of the world, the barbers and police officers and bus drivers, not bus drivers, truck drivers. So we have to claim our throne in our neighborhoods and be kings again in our neighborhoods. We should be the ones that people come to solve their problems, people to come through for peaceful endings to, you know, tragic situations. And we're pretty much plugged into what's going on in our neighborhoods. So it's a good place to be able to be control of and be a peaceful person so that you can spread that peace in your neighborhood. I want to save barbering. I want to save barbershops. I want to make barbershops like churches where people respect them, or people want to wash their mouth when they come around, or people revere or wish that they could be a part of that barbershop. The barbershop that you're so amazing that your clientele hasn't locked down. There's no way for people need memberships to become a part of your barbershop because you've created this great environment. You've created safety, you've created consistency, you've created a certain beauty. You've taught people how to take care of themselves, to feel better themselves. I can go outside right now and make a homeless man look like a businessman. I want to be the dude that inspires young men and young women to want to be greater than what they think they are. And I'm sitting outside you and I'm cutting your hair and I'm draping you and putting you in a situation to go out and achieve greatness. Not just to be some regular person, but to be somebody that's going to change something in society and make things better for us all. And I can do it. I can be that inspiration just by being a barber. So that's what I want to leave everybody.